What's up, everyone? We're here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And once again, I got a lot of awesome suggestions from all of you, so I'll be picking my 10 favorite to be featured in this week's episode. Also, stay tuned to the end of this video because I have the winners of my toy photography contest that we had over in my Discord server. So any of you that would like to be in future contests and win a chance to be featured in one of my videos, then make sure you join my Discord server. The link is in the description of this video. But now let's go ahead and see what dinosaurs made this week's list. Okay, to start off this week's episode, we have a suggestion right here from Stavarn for the Jurassic World Epic Attack Crash and Attack Ford Explorer, and what a sweet set this is. We get this cool little Velociraptor right here, which of course, we got to see the dinosaur because this is Dinosaurs of the Week, but we get this cool Velociraptor right here, and then the awesome Ford Explorer, which is able to be crushed, which is super, super cool. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at everything and how the Velociraptor can jump on top for the crushing action, and it's 3 levels of intensifying sound. So let's actually check that out. Oh wait, actually I still have the pull tab in this thing. So we are not going to check out the sounds on this. I forgot that I had this one so fresh that the pull tab was still in it, so I don't really want to mess with that. But I absolutely adore this set. I'm always happy to get another JP vehicle, especially the Ford Explorer, because that is my favorite vehicle from the franchise. And then getting another original Jurassic Park 1 Velociraptor is always super awesome. This next suggestion we have right here is from Jacob D for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Slash and Roar Therizinosaurus, and this is quite a beautiful figure in my opinion. It is much better than the Jurassic World Dominion Therizinosaurus that we got first, but I really like the sculpt on it. It is a little bit smaller than the other one, and I just like this paint job with the red. I think it looks really striking on the Therizinosaurus, so I really love that. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a little bit of a better look at our Therizinosaurus and how you can control the attack. So why don't we go ahead and check that out. I like how you can go from one side to the other. Very, very sweet. This is an awesome figure and one that you can still find in stores, so I would highly recommend that you add this fun toy to your collection. So now we have a suggestion right here from Ash Edits for a vintage green T-Rex. So normally I would choose the Thrasher or the Bull from the Lost World, but today I'm choosing the Jurassic Park 3 Electronic React Attack T-Rex because this is one that I played with so much in my childhood and one that I was actually able to get in stores as a kid. And while it's not the greatest ever T-Rex sculpt, I do really like the way it looks and I love the coloration that this figure has. It's something that I've loved since I was a kid. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at our T-Rex fighting the Alpha Pteranodon, which is really, really sweet. Now, again, looking at the figure, it would normally have sound effects when you clicked right here, or when you pulled its arm back, the jaw would open up and get a little bit of a roar sound. But since this toy is over 20 years old, it's not too much of a surprise that the batteries are no longer working in it. But this is a fun vintage green T-Rex right here, and one that has a lot of nostalgic value to me from my childhood. So now this suggestion right here came from Franklin for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Wild Roar Pachyrhinosaurus. And again, this is another pretty sculpted figure. I really like this head sculpt. I think the crest looks nice and the horns are looking pretty cool as well. And overall, I just kind of like this colorway. It's a little bit muted, but it's also pretty cool. So I think it looks pretty nice on this figure. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Pachyrhinosaurus and its Rampage attack. So why don't we check that out? You can roll this right here. You can go back and forth too to go up and down, or you can just keep going forward, or you can just keep going backwards. I kind of like the back and forth, so you can go up and down. And then, of course, it's got pretty cool sound effects as well. But I love anytime we get a ceratopsid type dinosaur like this. I think they're pretty sweet and they're kind of bulky, which makes them cool to me. And I really love having this one in my collection. Now, this is a fun suggestion right here from Haha Beans. This is the Jurassic Park 3 posable dinosaur Spinosaurus, and this one is pretty unique because the sculpt is nothing like any of the Spinosaurus toys that we got before, and it is just soft all over. So you can see it's almost like one of those toys that came out in the early 2000s that had the stuffing inside of it, and I really like that because that was kind of a fad for a while when I was a kid, and this filled in that void really nice in the Jurassic Park franchise. And I do like the colorations on this one as well. I think it looks pretty cool. Now when we look at the back of the box, we actually get a look at two different Spinosauruses. Can all of you imagine how crazy it would have been if there was two Spinosauruses on Isla Sorna in Jurassic Park 3? That would have been absolutely nuts. But again, this is a really cool figure, and it's just so soft to the touch, which is really satisfying. And again, it is a little bit more of a rare figure as well, so it's one that I was very happy to showcase for all of you today. Now we've got a suggestion right here from Jurassic Abraham for the Hammond Collection Ankylosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, and this is one of the more pretty herbivore dinosaurs that we've gotten in the Hammond Collection, in my opinion. I like the sculpt on it a lot, even though it's kind of hard to see from inside the box, and I love the paint job being so reminiscent of Jurassic Park 3. Of course, we get a little bit of a look at the Ankylosaurus on the side of the box there, and then when we look on the back of the box, we get a good look at what our Hammond Collection Ankylosaurus is looking like. I just love the tan coloration, and then the red around the eyes on the face I think looks really nice, and this is just a design and color choice that I really enjoyed in Jurassic Park 3, so I'm very happy that they went with this color design instead of the Jurassic World greenish gray color design. So I think this looks really awesome, and this is a Hammond Collection figure that I'm a really big fan of, not just because of its articulation and everything that the Hammond Collection is known for, but just because this species looks so nice in this collector form. So this is one that I would highly recommend adding to your collection if you haven't done so already. Now, this next suggestion right here from Jurassic KM is quite interesting, and he wanted to see a figure that has not been seen in any of the films or movies, but would be really cool to see them in, and I'm gonna go with the Tanystropheus. This is such a unique and interesting species with that long neck and those chomping jaws, and this figure version of it right here is the Jurassic World Dino Escape Fierce Force Tanystropheus, and I think this one would be super fun to see in a movie or even a Camp Cretaceous or Chaos Theory show. I think it'd be a pretty good idea. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a pretty good look at our Tanystropheus and its head striking action. So let's check that out, guys. Look at that long neck go. That is so satisfying. And it's got a little articulation up here, and you can kind of open the mouth as well if I can get it going. So then the Tanystropheus can reach down and chomp things. But again, this is such an odd and unique species, and one that I think would be very fun to feature in one of the movies or TV shows. Now we've got a suggestion right here from Dino Universe for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Gigantic Tracker Suchomimus. And again, this is another really pretty figure in my opinion. The sculpt is really nice on this, and I think it looks a lot more realistic than the Suchomimus toys that we got in the past from Mattel. So it makes me really dig this figure, and just the coloration and like the cheetah spot on it just looks really cool. I think that's an awesome design. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Suchomimus, and it's all around chomp and total thrashing action. So again, you can take control with the tail, and you can get them chomping left and right, or you can get them chomping up and down too, which is really cool. So you can kind of get them biting and chomping in any direction, which adds a lot of play features and a cool way to get this Suchomimus to attack any other dinosaur that you have in your collection. But again, I do think this was a pretty good upgrade from the Suchomimus toys that we got in the past, so it really makes me like this figure a lot. Now we've got a suggestion here from Tommy the Bomb for the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Ankylosaurus Bumpy, but the baby version, and this is the Attack Pack version, which is really cool. Again, look how adorable Bumpy is. I love the sculpting that they gave this, and the coloration is so spot on from Camp Cretaceous, so it makes me really love this figure. And again, I know I said this over and over, but this thing is just so adorable. How could you not like this baby Bumpy figure? Now when we look at the back of the box, there's not not much to see. We got Baby Bumpy right here and some advertisements, some other figures in the same wave. But again, Baby Bumpy is absolutely adorable. And this has been released in a couple different forms, but I did choose the Attack Pack version right here since it's just Baby Bumpy by herself. But again, look at how cute Bumpy is. How could you not love having a figure like this in your collection? So with all those reasons, I'm happy to be able to showcase this adorable figure today. And now the final suggestion today is coming from Sonic Squad, and he was asking for my first T-Rex toy, and I'm gonna go all the way back to my childhood, and one of my first memories of a T-Rex toy is this small Jurassic Park 3 electronic React Attack T-Rex. I remember this one so fondly from my childhood, and I played with it so much, and while it's not the best sculpt ever, and it's got a little bit of a derpy jaw right here, it is still such a nostalgic figure to me, so I absolutely love it. And now when we look at the back of the box, we get a good look at this T-Rex attacking the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, which is also really, really cool. And it does have sound effects. I don't know if they're still going to be working. We're going to test. Nope, definitely not for an over 20-year-old toy, even though some of them work sometimes from my collection. So normally you'd click this button here and get some sound effects, or click on its neck to open the jaw and you get some more sound effects as well. But while this isn't the craziest T-Rex ever released, and maybe not one that everyone is super fond of, this is one of my first T-Rexes I can remember from my childhood, so it does make it very special for me. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. If you did not get featured in this week's episode and would like a chance to be featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. But now, before we go, let's check out the winners of my toy photography contest that we had in my Discord server. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.